So I have to give. Know what that's. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Get my mood music. Mm, 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 mm. She got a high heel shoes tonight. Hi. Know what's been like. Side to sing. Mm. But you, you, through, through. It's got to go when the money's due. Some don't have to give, and you know what that something is. Tell me the truth, truth, truth. It's a long time. Trying. Can you tell me I'm she, she? Can you tell me I'm she? Yeah. I'm gonna share with y'all. Hold on. I already got copyright strikes, so I'm gonna risk it all for Alice Smith. Here we go. What up? What up? Mm-hmm. Couldn't take and take it away. More, more, more. It's so long time, but she's gonna leave. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Can you tell me I'm she? She. Man, we got a lot to talk about, y'all. Oh, it want to turn off. Okay. She's like, I'm she, bitch, too. So, y'all, let me just shout her out. Alice Smith, okay? Alice Smith. I first heard of her on the Black Girls Rock. I think it was like either 2015, 2016. She shitted on CeeLo, Melanie, whatever her name is, on her rendition of I'm a Fool for You. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I mean, I'm a fool. I mean, she ripped it. Such a fool for you. Her voice was so deep and just so beautiful. Just her performance all the way around was just amazing balls. Okay, so let's get into the mix. Before we get into this review, okay, we got to run them likes up. Dang, I'm jacking people shit. We gotta get them likes up. Get them likes up. So we're gonna talk about a whole lot. So let's just go down the list as I got it written down. Oh snap, I done forgot about Instagram. Y'all on Instagram, come on through the Real Talking Healthy Food. We're gonna talk about Tekashi getting drinks thrown at him, Rkelly being found guilty, and what I think about it. The View and their shenanigans with this Jew. Um, Justice for Josiah. Um, they got a little boy volunteering to do the Pfizer testing and experiment, which is so interesting. We'll discuss briefly Raven Smith, who is missing out in Maryland, um, and also the lady, old lady who confessed basically on her deathbed that she caused the death of a little black boy. And then we'll get into the review. Okay? So I'll see y'all on YouTube. Just type in Real Talk and Healthy Food. It ain't got to be all together. Just type it in and you'll see me. Or even easier, Just click the link in the bio, bam, and you'll see that I'm live if you go to my videos. All right. So let me share that to the gram as I'm always late. All right, so we done handled that. The video show. I'm gonna need my phone too. So let's get into the mix. Who shall we start with first? Let's go ahead and start with the short stuff. Let's start with Tekashi. This fool was down at the UFC fight thinking he was cool and good to go and got splashed. Like you a mark ass nigga, bitch. Hold on. Let's see. Okay, make sure y'all hit that like button, please. Help my algorithm. And then on top of that, catch my playback. Catch my playback. Okay, so shout out to Gossip Bay. I'm going to use yours. Quick stuff. So ain't nobody feeling him. I'm pretty sure he's sure that he's canceled. Okay, I hope that he know that he's canceled. Now there really isn't that any clear video, so I'm gonna run it again. I watched 4 of them, so. Hilarious. So just on the strength to what he how he misrepresents his own community, as I have been featured on the Radical Latino. Um, let's see, I've been featured on his show, and I've been on a few of his lives because, just being raised in California, I'm for that Black and Brown coalition because I feel like even though there's a lot of the motherfuckers who are racist, a lot of us have been through a lot of the same shit, and we cannot deny how it's just really that Mexican culture is really embedded into the California lifestyle, and it's just really a part of who I am. And my godparents were Mexican. I spent a lot of my childhood, the beginning years of my childhood, with them. So it's one of those things in my regard. It just is what it is. So let's move forward with the easy stuff. Okay. Uh, so there is this little girl in Maryland. Her name is Raven Smith, and she is currently missing. So I wanted to make sure I mentioned that on my platform. She's been missing for a while. I'm trying to get to the post. I tagged it into a few people that I follow. Um, she is 11 years old. Her name is Raven Smith, who was last seen approximately 11:40 Sunday. So this was 7 days ago. So that would make it September the 14th, the last time Raven Smith was seen on the It's 10200 block of Windsor Oaks Way in Lanham, Maryland. So this is what she looks like. She's 11 years old and she's been missing for a week now. I haven't seen any updates on her. So she's been missing for a week. So anybody out on the East Coast, if y'all see her, repost on your Instagram, repost on your Facebook. The homie right here on my Instagram, right at the top, he's the one that posted it. So I thought I'd share it on my video. So it's been a week now since she's been missing. So, um, as a matter of fact, that reminds me, there's no updates for the people that it was over 10 people who went missing in Ohio, 10 black kids. They were teenagers that went missing. So we just really got to keep a close eye on our kids. My Instagram gives me the blues, but I just want to let y'all know it's a lot of kids missing. So if you go on my Instagram, look for that post and repost it on your page. So we could that's the least that we could do. I mean, seriously. Um, let's see. Justice for Josiah. There was this little boy, I think he was like either 12 or 13 years old. He was on his go-kart. I don't know what city he's in. They don't say that, but he was hit by a car. Here's the video. You did I do, bro? I did. We can't answer the door right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, you can do it now. Where's my son? Hurry up now, please. So what happened was this little boy was out in the street riding his go-kart, and this fuckhead was speeding down a residential street and hit this little boy and kept going. Which is super heartless, um so all the information they already had the funeral, which I'm totally not gonna show that, okay? Because it's really sad. His little casket was so teeny, and they had the funeral not too long ago. This happened a couple of weeks ago, but they're trying to get the person who did that shit. Um, and I think they're saying that it's him. I haven't gotten any other updates, but I'm gonna show you what I do got. Okay, so this is what I found on the gram right here. This guy, and he posted. Um, his caption says, "I hope it's not true that he's dead." So they're thinking it's him, and they're looking for him. So that's the guy that hit that little boy and kept on driving. So the post that one of the family members wrote is, I don't understand, you piece of shit. Why the hell the police you was doing 20, you tell the police you was doing 20. I think they found him. I don't have no updates, so I'm gonna just read what I got. You told the police you was doing 25 to 30, and this don't look like 20 to 30 miles per hour accident. If he was doing that, my little brother wouldn't be dead. He would be in the ICU or something, but not dead. You was doing at least 60 in a school zone. Then a witness said that you ran a red light. Then another witness had to tell you and the other person that was in the car with you that my little brother was under your car. Then everybody said they heard your brakes. So don't fucking lie. We'll get justice for my little brother Josiah Scott, and your ass will be in jail. So that was what happened here. So yeah, I should put a trigger warning, but they got T-shirts made and they're trying to get the dude that killed him locked, which I hope that they do because you shouldn't have left dirt. And this is what the family look like, and I think this is the brother. This brother, that's his page. So, so that's Josiah there. Um, Man, it's a whole lot of bad news apparently with these kids right now. We got to be a whole real vigilant. Um, as speaking of which, there's this little boy who his father who was is his adoptive father, which is a white dude who allowed his son to be a volunteer in the Pfizer juice experiment, okay? In the vacation experiment, okay? So I'm gonna show this clip to you so you can see what I'm talking about, okay?
Life for many of us feels closer to normal these days. We're going to restaurants, having get-togethers, and wearing our masks less.
And then another thing I'd love to do is just go see my friends and have a big party.
9-year-old Diamo isn't quite there yet. His dad and even 13-year-old brother Ezra have all been vaccinated, but there isn't a COVID-19 vaccine for kids under 12 yet.
Well, I have to admit, so when I heard that Ezra got his vaccination, I was excited for him, but it was kind of sad that I couldn't get one, and still had to wear that sticky, smelly, disgusting mask.
Luckily, normal is within reach for him and other kids his age. Diamo is part of Pfizer's vaccine trial for kids 5 to 11 years old at Children's Hospital, Colorado. When his family found out about it, his dad says they signed him up without hesitation.
So we just looked at the facts and realized that there wasn't really a risk.
I was super excited because I knew now if I do this, I could actually help the vaccine out.
9 News health expert Dr. Pio Coley says Diamo and the other kids in this trial are playing an important role in an even more important time.
We now have a Delta variant. We now have all these aggressive variants, and we don't know what the long-term implications of being infected with those types of variants at a young age are.
Diamo doesn't know if he received the real vaccine or a placebo.
I'm actually feeling
No, he's at least a little closer to throwing that mask away.
Victoria De Leon, 9 News.
Now, I'm not sorry, actually. What am I talking about? I'm not sorry. That seems very coerced, and that seems like it shows to be an adult decision. And I think it's extremely irresponsible. What I also think is irresponsible is the fact that I'm just going to be the one to say it. Here it is, this white family with this black child, and they're allowing him to be a guinea pig. And I just cannot appreciate that at all. Especially with everything that's going on in the world that they don't talk about what's going on in France, the continuous protest in Australia, and everything that's going on. I can't, with the history that we have, I feel so sad for him. And I just feel in my heart, in my soul, that he's being coerced into believing that he's doing the right thing. And it's just so sad. It's really sad. So I found this video here straight from Pfizer. So this ain't no fact check. This ain't none of that shit. This is directly from Pfizer on their page, which they have the comments turned off.
Upside down because of the pandemic.
So
we were asked to stay inside, not see our friends and family, adapt to virtual classrooms, and miss celebrating birthdays, holidays, and our biggest milestones. What I miss most is being able to travel.
I miss getting together with my family and friends.
So if y'all stick around, we'll get to the review.
Playing lacrosse, hanging out with people. From school, seeing people's faces, traveling.
Being able to see family and friends.
And you know, if you are one of my subscribers, you know we was talking about this a year ago, over a year ago, about how they are going to change directions and target the children. And here we are today. And it's just so heartbreaking and sad. And it's so heartbreaking that people are screaming at the top of their lungs and no one is listening. So I think if we just gonna have to stay prayed up and stay ready, because it's gonna get to a point we're gonna look up and it's gonna be too late. So that's just how I feel about that. I'm not gonna get too deep. You can watch my other videos about that, because I've already got 2 strikes and I'm about to be out. So I'm gonna have to make me a new channel anyway. Um, I'm already shadow banned. I make $0 on this page. I do this straight from my heart. Period. So let's see. So let's get into something else. Let's get into Rkelly. Oh my God, Rkelly done got found guilty. Uh, like, I mean, what else was we expecting? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else are you expecting? Like, I'm not one of those people who didn't feel like he didn't do anything. I'm not. We knew it. I seen the video myself. I used to have my coworkers come to my house. I think I was like 19 years old back then. And I cannot tell you how we came across that DVD. But some kind of way, because that DVD was really circling. And we had the DVD, and our house like totally turned into the party house because everybody wanted to see it. And we're all like 19, 20, 21. And I think I got it from one of like my drug dealer friends who had the Rkelly DVD because he had went up north. And we was just like, let me get a copy, get out of here. Because I think we just didn't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And I'd seen that shit a million times. Like, and you could just tell by the way her body was reacting to what he was doing to her that she was underage. That's how you could tell. Because if it was a grown woman would have been moaning and doing all of this shit. And that's how you could tell that she was an underage girl, because she didn't have grown woman reactions. And he was doing a whole lot of shit to her. He really was. The sad thing is when he was pissing on her, it didn't seem abnormal to her. It when she was getting pissed on. And I'm sorry if this is like graphic, but like the fact of the matter is it looked like that happened to her all the time. And that is what's so sad. You know what I mean? Now as a grown woman, I have an understanding of what's going on. You feel what I'm saying? Back then I wasn't thinking the same way. I wasn't on the same wave that I am now. So but I came from a mindset, and this is not gonna, I'm gonna run the news clip, but what I want to say is, um, and we're gonna kick facts, okay? Because some girls, I was coming from the point of view of, and mind you, I'm 19, okay, at the time. Some girls do really lie about their age. I was one of them. They lie about their age. They have these grown men ass boyfriends. Like, there was this comedian I was listening to on Comedy Hype from Georgia. I forgot her name. Miss Pat is her name. The comedian, Miss Pat. And she was talking about how she got pregnant at 14 by a 21-year-old man. And it just rang bells in my head how common this is, like especially among black girls. And Rkelly has a type. Rkelly likes dark black girls, and that's what I noticed. But it's really common in our community for these older men. Not so much nowadays. I don't know. I'm a grown woman now, but I know back in the day, like when I was 17, I had a boyfriend who was 26, when I was 14, there was this girl named Keisha that I know. She was 14, but her boyfriend was like 25. You know what I'm saying? So it was real common growing up. And she didn't lie about her age, but when we wanted to kick it with the older gangster dudes around the way, we did lie about our age. So I was coming from the perspective of maybe she lied about her age, and I felt now as a woman, I don't know if I feel kind of bad that I had that perspective. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not blaming her or anything. I think for myself personally, it was a growing process for myself because of the things that I went through and the things that I've seen. Because I'm so sad to say that it's not uncommon, and that's really heartbreaking and very telling of the secrets that we hold in our community, where young girls are having these grown women experiences with these grown ass men, and the men are not holding themselves accountable for being with these underage girls. So, although I'm gonna be honest, I'm sad that R. Kelly got convicted. Why am I sad? I'm sad because, like, I was a little kid. I grew up listening to his music since I was 7, 8 years old. Since he was with, different groups. Like, this is my whole childhood is like totally being demolished by these Chester fucking molesters. Like straight up, my whole childhood is being dismantled. You know what I'm saying? By these fucking weirdos. So that's the part that makes me sad. I'm just like, well, it is what it is. You did it, and now you got to pay the price, you fucking weirdo. And that's just how I feel. You shouldn't have been a fucking weirdo, and you wouldn't be in prison. So I was riding with him for a little minute. I really was. I met him in concert. He's a big dude, and that was one of the happiest days. But now it's like, damn, all of that fucking destroyed, and that's really sad. So I can't. I'm not one of those people like. When I hear his music come on, I kind of sing along, but I still feel a little icky, because it's like, is he who he's singing about? Like, you know what I'm saying? Where's his inside thoughts? Where is he at when he's writing this music? And that's the part that's fucked up. Like, damn, all those albums. Like, I remember when the Chocolate Factory came out, we were sitting outside the motherfucking Best Buy trying to get that album. Like, me and one of my old ex friends were diehard R. Kelly fans, like, for real. And so it's just so sad. Like, for someone who makes these awesome love songs, my favorite love song is Forevermore off the Chocolate Factory. And that song is so heartfelt, and it's just like, damn, was he talking about a little girl? Or was he talking about his wife? You know, I think the story in the documentary that hit home for me is the hair braider. That that story was real. I believed her story. Those other ones is a little fishy because of their behavior, but they're just broken women. And I tend to be harder on women than I am on men. And I think it's because I was raised around men for the formative years of my life. It was just me, my dad, and my brothers. So I think, but I'm going into that. So let's run this clip so y'all could get up to par. But those are my thoughts about Kels. It's just so ill how back in the day there was, Boondocks was really ahead of the game. Like, we really need shows like Boondocks and Living Color and Mad TV. Like, we really need those shows again. And comedians like Cat Williams and George Carlin, and people who are not afraid in their artistry to speak truth to power. I think we really need that again. I really do. So let's run this news clip, and I would love to hear what you think in the comments. Feel free to talk to your girl.
Has found the singer guilty of racketeering based on sexual exploitation of children, kidnapping, and forced labor. They also found him guilty of violating all 8 counts of the Mann Act, a sex trafficking statute. That verdict comes after weeks of testimony from some 50 witnesses. He faces potentially decades in prison. Let's go right to NBC's Stephanie Goss outside the courthouse in Brooklyn. Stephanie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Lester. This is a man who was once dubbed the king of R&B. He wrote that song, I Believe I Can Fly. He won 3 Grammys from it. It was an anthem of sorts in the mid-90s. Now going to prison, potentially for decades. 1 charge of racketeering, as you said. Other 8 charges of sex trafficking. And you might hear racketeering and think, isn't that for mafia bosses? But this was part of a unique strategy on the part of federal prosecutors to introduce sexual assault allegations that were well outside the statute of limitations. And at the center of this case, Lester, was the story of Aaliyah, a pop singer who many people know died tragically in a plane crash in 2001. According to testimony, she met Rkelly when she was just 12 years old. A witness, a compelling witness for the prosecution, said that she actually walked in on Rkelly performing a sex act with Aaliyah when she was either 13 or 14 years old. We then heard from one of his employees that at the age of 15, he bribed an official in Illinois to get a fake ID so that Aaliyah could marry Rkelly at the time, who was 27, because he suspected Aaliyah may be pregnant, and if they married, she could not actually give any testimony against him in a statutory rape charges. But it concludes dozens of witnesses coming forward with depraved allegations of abuse, physical, emotional, sexual, a number of alleged victims. And as you said, this was a trial that lasted weeks, but prosecutors argued that this was actually something that was decades in the making. His defense over the course of the trial tried to portray the victims in this case as opportunists who were looking for money and fame, but very clearly here in the end, the jury decided the prosecution had made its case, Lester.
And Stephanie, he has been in custody leading up to this, correct?
Yes, he has, for 2 years. And this is not the end of the road in terms of the charges that he faces. He still has state and federal charges, sex trafficking, sexual assault, as well as pornography charges. He was acquitted on pornography charges back in 2008, but at this point, he still has weeks, years, months down the road where he's going to be dealing with these allegations in a courtroom. But he is, for now, facing decades in prison. His sentencing due to take place May 5th here in New York.
Damn.
Thanks for watching.
That's wild. That's wild. That's wild. And you know what else? I hate that Aaliyah gets, oh my God. I'll tell you this too. I remember being a little girl and my dad hated that motherfucker. And I just really couldn't understand. I could not understand. And he was like, I wish you would be my daughter. I'll beat the brakes off that motherfucker. And my dad said it just like that. I done seen my dad whoop ass, okay? And oh man. And I remember him and his neighbor went back and forth about it. And being a grown woman, it makes a lot of sense. Because come to find out, that neighbor was really actually a Chester. So that speaks volumes to those who defend that type of behavior. It's just so wild and so sad, you know. And the thing that kind of sticks out in my head is like the parents. Like, where are the parents at in this? You know what I'm saying? And there's been a lot of rumors about Aaliyah's mama, but you know, we're going to let that girl rest in peace. But I'm just saying, like, these parents, I got to hold them accountable too, because we're not unfamiliar with what happened with Aaliyah. And that shit has been circling for a long time. So why would you ever, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I had an inkling that somebody that I was going to potentially let my child around was a weirdo, bitch, no, never. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I hope they die and I hope he burns in hell. I mean, That's just really how I feel. So pish posh, Rkelly, you're on the other side now, bro. And I just, damn, damn, damn. Well, that's that. Let's move forward. God damn, Rkelly, you son of a bitch. Damn, man. You know what I'm saying? And he had them girls doing some ill shit. And I covered this about a year ago. So I'll probably, when I edit this, I'll leave links to that. I'll leave a bunch of links in this video to different, based on the different topics we talk about in regards to Tekashi Rkelly, and especially the vacations. Okay. Yikes. Moving forward. So the view. I got an update from um Lovely T today. And Friday I wanted to speak about the view, how right in the middle of the program, right in the middle, out the clear blue sky, when Kamala Harris, the vice president, was supposed to come onto the view and they were supposed to interview her. And right before then, they removed, let me get their names because I don't watch The View. I just don't. Do any of y'all watch The View? Because I don't. I think that shit is a weak ass show. I just always have. It's just my thoughts. But, I could be a little petty sometimes. I just really never liked the show. Um, Let me get her name. Sunny and Anna is the names that are coming to my head, but I'm gonna double check to see if I was right. Sunny Hostin and Anna Navarro were pulled off the air in a startling moment of live television that forced an abbreviated interview with the vice president. The point that they made was so telling about how these motherfuckers move and how manipulative that they are. Because I thought that it was funny in my own brain on Friday, but I didn't have time. I was getting off early to do other things. Um, I thought it was just so weird that out the blue in the middle of the show you're leaving and then you're going to go run these tests. Like, aren't you supposed to do that beforehand, before you're on set? Like, I just thought it was weird that they were doing it in the middle of the show. Like, it just didn't sit right with me. Lo and behold, it always comes together. It always comes together. Sometimes when you sit back and you wait, the story unfolds. And that's exactly what happened. What the truth of the matter is, which is a double topic here, about the Haitians at the border, and which the Haitian let me just pause. The Haitians at the border and this have a correlation. Why does it have a correlation? Well, because Anna Navarro, I believe that's her name, is married to a Haitian man. Okay. And she spoke, and I got this from Lovely T, and she pointed this out. And it's true. She spoke very passionately in regards to the Haitians being sent back, because they brought in 95,000 Afghan people from Afghanistan into America and sent 86,000 Haitians back. And I just was like, let me sit back, man. Let me sit back. Let me sit back. And you know what makes me really want to sit back even a little bit more and research a little bit more? I'm already researching these presidents for the 9/11 video. This is just more added on to the research, because that shit goes when you blueprint, I'm gonna just call it, this plan of action that they lay out within these presidencies. It's like somebody lays out this plan, and then the next president picks it back up and runs with it. My connection's unstable. Not with this 5G that I got. My internet, there's nothing unstable about my internet. There's nothing unstable about my internet. As a matter of fact, the motherfucking thing right over there, it's impossible. Impossible for my internet to be fucked up. Impossible. The modem right over there. So fuck out of here. They just mad about what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna run the clip of what she was talking about, just like Lovely T pointed out. I'm gonna give her props. I'm gonna give her snaps because she is a reliable news source, and I use Black folks news source. So we're gonna roll with that. I got my clip locked and loaded, and I really appreciate y'all pulling up on your girl. Let me get that real. False positive, my ass.
Huge immigration issue developing in the southern border right now. We've got, something like 10,000 Haitians. Imagine this. These are people who have fled Haiti. What happened in the earthquake was awful. There is incredible desperation in that country. They've gone to countries like Chile and Brazil, and trekked all the way up South America and Central America, gotten to the southern border.
Play the
and it
audio.
is a crisis. So I really think this White House has been hit by so much at the same time. Natural disasters, COVID, immigration.
The irony too is that it's happening in Texas, and Governor Abbott wants to close down all the ports of entry when they just effectively banned abortion, right? And reaffirmed by the Supreme Court. These are people who've lost everything. Over 2,000 people have died. Where are the pro-lifers?
Just like to have freedom to not wear a mask and not get vaccinated, but not freedom to get an abortion if you've been raped.
Well, Texas was not reaffirmed by the Supreme Court.
They just let it. They didn't touch it.
I'm gonna run this other clip, okay? AD, ça passe. Let me get that clip. Let me get that clip, y'all. Oh, I love how they make it so hard. And let me shout this person out first. Oh, man, I hope y'all can hear it. Hear the K. Pierre. It's too low. Hold on. Oh, I love how they blocked that. This clip was readily available, and now it's not. Now it's not readily available. I'm sorry, y'all. I had it ready. I got a whole list of clips that I use when I'm about to go live, especially when I'm about to go live. And so while I'm pulling up this clip, let me tell you, the point that Lovely T was driving home was so on point because, it's just so ill how Kamala, because while all this shit was going on, people was asking, where's Kamala? Like, you supposed to be on deck with this. Where the fuck you at? And out the blue, before she comes onto the stage, all of a sudden they got to pull off Anna Navarro and Sunny Hostin, who have both been very vocal about the issues going on at the border. And, we're dealing with warrior spirits, okay? Them people from AD don't play them games, okay? Sapa say to my Haitian people, because I fucks with y'all the long, strong way. I was with a Haitian dude for 5 years. He was the love of my life, okay? So I'm just saying. He really was, really was. And she made a good point because Kamala knew that they was going to be asking her some real questions, not that fluff that them other chicks is talking about, because they don't have any connection. You see what I'm saying? They don't have an emotional connection to the Black experience or anyone in the diaspora. They don't have any connection to that. So they're not going to be asking any real questions when it comes to the refugees from Haiti. And I just find it so ill how they were so quick to just let everybody else in, except when it came to them. Like, what the fuck is that about? You know what I'm saying? And then I don't know. I just, in some regard, I just feel like, and I hope that no one gets mad who is from Haiti, and I don't know what it's like to be facing any devastation like that, as far as environmentally or I can't think of the word, but as far as like, environmental shit, like with weather and things like that. I don't know what that's like. You feel what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is, this is what I'm saying. I just kind of feel like y'all see what the Black folks is dealing with here in America. So I think it might be better or smarter for y'all to rebuild Haiti and just, not stay where you at, not like, oh, don't make a better life for yourself, but like rebuild where you are. Look how they're treating us. You know what I'm saying? You got your own country. Now we know France done played y'all to where they done set it up where generation after generation, they stole their freedom. The people of France stole Haiti's freedom. They stole it right from under them and put them in a position to where mad generations from now are going to have they basically put them in billions of dollars of debt to where the people are going to have to keep paying the people of France back. Isn't that fucked up? Like they did that shit. Okay. So let me find that clip. I'm gonna get it from Lovely T's thing because apparently they're not allowing that clip to be played. So I'm gonna get it from Lovely T. Shout out to Lovely T. I'm your son. Okay. So that's what it is.
And she's been speaking very openly about it.
Explain, please. Well, we saw it, and you and I talked about this, but we saw it when it first came to the demonizing of Haitians, when it came to the AIDS crisis, right? And then we saw it continuing. It really began with the raping and pilfering of France by Haiti and the punishment of Haiti for becoming the first Black free nation in our hemisphere. And I think that U.S. policy towards Haiti has always been corrupt. And it doesn't have to be that way because we know that the United States can do it. There is a way to do it. There's just no will to do it because the United States and the White House has promised to bring 95,000 Afghans here. And I'm not saying they shouldn't be brought here because they should be, right? That's the promise of this country. But if you can bring 95,000 Afghans here, then why are you sending 86 Haitians back on an airplane to a country that has been devastated? So it's not about whether or not there's a way. It's not about that there's a pandemic. But this policy started with the Trump administration. It's called Title 42, and the Trump administration decided to ban migrants, from refugees from coming. So when people say, well, get in line, there is no line because of the Trump administration, and there has never been a line for Haitians. And I take this personally because my husband is Haitian, and I have been to Haiti many, many times, and it is a beautiful, beautiful country with a rich culture and a beautiful people, and they should not be treated like this, and enough is enough.
So, coming right after that, shout out to Lovely T. Once again, I got to give the snaps where the snaps is due. I'm Lovely T, amongst many others, okay? So, I just really thought that was a good point. That was a good point that how on the day of the interview, all of a sudden, the day of the interview that The View was going to have with Kamala, all of a sudden, breaking news, there's a positive test, right? Now we find out days later that this was a false positive. Ain't that a bitch? So one would think, and another point though, because as we saw this past year, with these schools, with these kids, with these restaurants, with these businesses, with everything that's going on, if one person is found to have it, then they shutting the whole shit down. So why was it that they were just taken off the stage and they didn't make the guests or the audience leave, the staff leave? I didn't see nobody spraying no Lysol. I didn't see none of that. So it just seemed like a fake ass production. And that's exactly what it was. And that's what it seemed like to me on Friday. Like, this seems like some bullshit. But I didn't really look deep into it because I didn't give a fuck about a view. You know what I'm saying? I just felt like when I heard about it, this looks like some fake ass bullshit that they're putting on so they could make people think that this shit is iller than what it is. And come to find out, it's a way bigger production that they put on to make the shit iller than what the fuck it is. And then on top of that, she is ducking and dodging real motherfucking questions. And she doesn't want to address the real issues. Kamala is a devil. And I don't give a fuck how anybody feels about it. Fuck Joe Biden and fuck that weirdo bitch Kamala. And I'm sorry, it is what it is. They already don't like me. I already don't get paid. I already am shadow banned. I might as well say what the fuck I want to say. She's a weirdo. She doesn't like black people. She is not a black woman. Joe Biden does not like black people. He thinks we're animals and he thinks that we ain't shit. And he ain't did a motherfucking thing for us yet. But look how quick he wrote that anti-Asian crime bill in. So quick. They got their money so fast. So meanwhile, black folks is coming up missing. And black folks is getting murdered on top of the fact that we're so dumb that we are killing each other. Not even looking at the real enemy because we're so ready to kill each other like some fucking boneheads. No wonder they don't take us seriously. So anyway, he ain't did a motherfucking thing for us. But the Asian folks, they got they goo wop real quick. That check done been cash deposited and spent 30 times over already. Now, yeah, check that. Let's just move forward with the shenanigans, okay? Because I ain't got no motherfucking time. I ain't got time. I don't got no time. I think that's it. Do I want to talk about the old lady confessing her sins on her deathbed? Yeah, I do. I feel like it. Let's talk about that for a second. I ain't really got much to say besides good luck, bitch. I hope he does you just as bad as he got done. That's how I feel. But let's run that clip right quick. Oh, I got it on my gram. My bad, I forgot. Oh, man. This is some bullshit. This is that bullshit. Bullshit, yeah. Yo, I've been listening to Nina Simone lately. Because I really just didn't get her of hers. But I really been listening to some Nina Simone lately. Is this connected to my headphones?
Told her mother that one of the local black boys had touched her behind the grocery store. And in 1936 Louisiana, this was a very big deal. Not only was this boy lynched, but he was beaten and his genitals off. And then the family home was burned to the ground. And she watched it all happen. You want to know why? Because she saw that his sisters had prettier dresses than she did. And she just didn't like it. So she lied. And then it clicked. This same woman had been hallucinating for the past couple of days, saying that there was a black boy in her room watching her, would not stop staring at her, and she was scared shitless. She asked if she could be forgiven. I told her the only person who could forgive her was the boy she killed. Not sorry.
had a woman die from
Yowza.
COVID.
Ooh, can you imagine being old as fuck and then you done did some super grimy shit and then now that they done came back for your ass? Have you ever seen that movie Ghost where the bad guy, the bad like Spanish looking dude, and Patrick Swayze, of course, was the ghost too, and he was trying to do something. I think rob somebody or something hella bad or whatever, and he fell out the window and fell on some glass, and the glass punctured his stomach, and he died. And he was able to see Patrick Swayze, and then when they got out in the street, they started seeing all the spirits and stuff, the evil spirits like comfort him and stuff and drag him into hell. Like, I think that's what's gonna happen to her. Like, I don't know, but I just got this feeling because he's haunting her. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's haunting her because she is the cause of his demise. And I'm just like, well, good luck. And that's really how I feel about it. You sat up there, watched that little boy get castrated, you watched the little boy get lynched, and they burned his family's house down to the ground. How am I supposed to feel anyway? I feel no ways. I feel no ways about her torture. I feel no ways about her hallucinations. You watch that little boy get murdered and her family get tortured. I'm gonna be just like you when you was watching the house getting burned down. So that's that. So I don't know. Tell me how y'all feel, because I don't give a damn. I don't give a good goddamn. Just like that one lady who confessed on her deathbed uh, that she lied about Emmett Till. I don't give a fuck about that bitch's tortured soul. You only got to disrespect me one time. Let's move on. So, so I think we done hit all the topics. Um, let's get into that one more chance review. Just wanna know you, baby. Hey, I should get my dinner too. Dinner and a show. So, guess what happened? I fucking got a copyright strike. I got 2 copyright strikes. And I thought that I was able to cover the show that way. So I guess I just have to just only talk about the show, which is so boring. So I wanted to play the game so y'all can hear the ratchetry as well, but I guess not. Because Zeus is being mad stingy for their little $4.99 a month. So let me pull this up so I could get on track. Did y'all watch the One More Chance? That shit was not good. The second episode sucked. Really, let me go through it real quick. Okay. The first episode, the bitches come in. They didn't even get their names because they're so trite that they don't even know how to act. And they are really like off the chain. Like, I used to watch Flavor of Love, okay? Like, I ain't never seen no bitches conduct themselves like that. And I watched all the reality dating shows. Them bitches didn't act like that, especially on the first night. They was trying to be their best ladiest selves that they could be. Some might have had a drink too much or something like that, but they wasn't like fighting on the first day, except Safari and that one girl on a season. Was it season 2 with Flavor of Love? So, but that white bitch started that shit, and he was dead wrong for making her go home. He should have made that white bitch go home, but he got a type. So that's that. So since my review, my first for season 1, episode 2, or season 2, episode 1 got deleted. Man, maybe I should put a in there, like a number mark or whatever you call that shit. On episode 1, he got the girls. There's Yodeler, She's back. I don't like her at all. Roly Poly or whatever the fuck her name is. She's back. The super fat girl. Let me get the cast. Let me get the cast right quick. Season 2. Okay, it's taking kind of long. Okay, here we go. We don't give a fuck about them. We want to see the girls. Okay, here's the girls. I'm about to show y'all the girls. Oh, man, I hope y'all could see. Okay, so there is Roly. That's the mom Dukes. Her daughter is right here. This is, I thought she was super cute, but she got on my nerves. She's super boozy. She's the fat white girl. Of course, that's Chance. That's Tokyo Drift. That's the skinny white girl. That's the thick white girl. There's Yodeler. There's the quiet light skinned girl. I don't know who that is, and that's somebody else, and some other unmentionables. Okay, so they get in there and they immediately just start beefing, like off top. They get in there and there's these two sisters in there. There's a super thick light skinned sister. Oh yeah, there's the twins in there. There's the thick one and the little one. And they both tried to pull up on Roly like hella tough, like they was just bold. And Roly took off on the little sister, like bing, 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 like bitch, get out of here. So they tried to jump her, like he really should have sent them bitches home off the back of that, because they was really trying to get at her, like straight up. And so she took off on the little one. The big one tried to get some, but she flamed her too. And what I don't like is like they keep talking about her slowness. Now I'm not for the super like duper ultra obese action, but like they always keep trying to calm her down with all these snacks, and I don't think that's funny or cute. There's another girl in there, this light skinned girl who got this big old afro, which I don't see her on here. So I hope she didn't conform to fit in, which from this picture looks like she conformed to fit in, which that's really sad. But there's this girl with the fro, and he called her Nest. Oh no, that's season 1. So these girls still ain't got their names, okay? Um Then we go to the next room, and that cute dark skinned girl, I don't know her name either. They don't got no names. There's this cute dark skinned girl with the chinky eyes, and she just start yapping all out the neck. Like why ain't you just being cool? You don't know these bitches? Like she started yapping at the neck with the girl with the afro, and she started roasting her Chance because Chance called her Nest. And I thought that was super disrespectful. Like, why would you come for her afro in the times that we living in now? And I know he got a type. He got a type. He like the mixed air quote good hair, light skinned bitches. And it's that in itself is making me look at him some kind of motherfucking way. And I really can't appreciate it because on this episode here, on on episode 2, season 2, he was really like coming for her afro. And I could not fucking appreciate that shit. Like, why would you, like, why, you're a black man. And then he tried to make a joke of it, talking about some, oh, well, when I wear my lion's mane, I rah, rah, rah. Okay, but at the end of the day, you're not no black woman, and you already know what the fuck we up against. So why the fuck would you sit up there and talk about her fro like that? With all these bitches around here with these snatchable ass wigs on, and you gonna sit up there, you can't appreciate her long, luxurious, awesome ass afro. Instead of appreciating it for what it is, you gonna make a joke about it? You a mark ass nigga for that. And you deserve to get slapped. Somebody needs to check you about that. Straight up. And I'm grouchy about that shit. Cause he didn't do it on one episode. You did it on 2 episodes. You did it on 2 episodes. And you making jokes, and I can't. And one another thing I'm starting to see too. So don't make, girl, let me tell you something. You got one more motherfucking time, Chance. You got one more motherfucking time before I roast your motherfucking ass. Because you like kind of cute, but if you keep coming for these black women who are in their natural state and keep going for this, because you like them trifling, ratchet, fuck everybody ass, light-skinned bitches just because they got a little body. You like them kind of bitches. You like hoe bitches. Why don't you just get you a hoe bitch and try to be a pimp if that's what it is that you want to do? Like, why don't you just go to the strip club, get you a slut bitch that looks like how you want? And like, it don't matter anyway, because the dark skinned chicks and these niggas' preferences are becoming the baby mamas, and the dark skinned chocolate girls and the women in their natural state are becoming the wives. So go ahead and make them baby mamas while we continue to take the reins and be taken seriously. So your little preferences, they got higher rates of being baby mamas than we do. So, do what you do. Look at Yummy. Yummy's the perfect example. Look at her, knocked up with no ring. She's just a bad bitch with a baby and no ring. Kudos to you, bitch. That's what your preferences are, baby mamas. So let's keep it moving. Anyway, so he got with her and started roasting her about her fro, and she stood up for herself. What I didn't appreciate, how she was like, oh, you don't know what I got in my pants. And it was like, oh, there we go. She's with the YMCA shit, so I couldn't appreciate that. So, long story short, they started fighting in the kitchen. And then this episode continued from there. They were all fighting in the kitchen. The twins, they threw this plate or a bowl or whatever the fuck they threw, and it hit the Tokyo Drift girl right in the face. So she was ready to fight. And then the bougie chick started throwing chicken bones and shit, or chicken at Rolly and shit like that. Like, this was just a hot ass trifling mess. Like, it really ain't shit to review on this episode. Like, they really didn't do shit. They didn't get anything done. All they did was move from one room to another room and keep fighting. I can't even tell you who was fighting. Like, I really cannot really give you no blow by blow details, because 30 minutes of the show, I feel like I wasted my fucking time. 20 to 30 minutes of the show was fighting. Like, for real. They only talk for a little second, and then they throwing chicken bones and candles and bottles and glass and all kind of shit. And it got so ill where he had to put all the bitches in timeout and said, we got to finish this in the morning, because you ratchet ass trifling bitches don't know how to act. Don't got no sense of decorum, no manners, no nothing. Like, you don't even know how to turn it off. Like, what did he do? Back a bus up into the projects and said, come on, bitch, be on TV? Like, what did you do? And these bitches swear to God like they're so ill. And I go to their pages and it's like, okay, you okay. But then as soon as you start talking, you ain't talking about a motherfucking thing that means anything. What a fucking disappointment. And he ain't looking for no love. He ain't looking for no bitch. This nigga looking for a check. This nigga 40 something years old. Like, I'm gonna need you to grow up real quick, Chance. So after all the brawl in the kitchen the next day, they get into a whole nother fight because Rolly swears that she catches the big girl out the twins talking about her son, and the girl they both from New York talking about some they they wasn't talking about her son, and they got her fucked up and blah 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 blah, and it's just like they didn't get a motherfucking thing done. The light skinned girl started going back and forth with Yodeler. Yodeler, she was like, Yodeler, bitch, you ain't shit. And the bitches that fuck with you are all your minions. Yodeler's fucking wig was down to here. Like, her wig is just never really up to par. And I just don't really see it for Yodeler because I just don't like her. And like that dark skinned bitch with all them pimples around the mouth, just swear to God, she's the fucking illest. And the only bitches I could appreciate is the bitches in the background that are being all quiet and nice and polite, like the white girl with the pink and purple on, the other dark skinned girl with the red hair, but then she's trying to turn up because she want her shine too. Then there's the big white girl. She was keeping it cute and on mute, and there was two other light skinned girls that was keeping it cute and on mute, but the rest of them bitches was just brawling and fighting. Now the other issue I got is, when the fuck did it become okay for these white bitches to use the word nigga? Because when Yodeler and the light skinned girl, she was like, well, you fucking all them niggas. Pause, bitch. Like, why didn't nobody, what all this fighting going on, put pause on this bitch for saying nigga? Like, I'm not feeling the underlying low key self-loathing and racism. I'm not feeling that. I'm not. I'm not feeling that. Both of them white bitches use the word nigga. So I don't know if them bitches is mixed, and I don't know if them bitches is white, but they look white to me. And I'm not appreciating these white bitches using nigga. I'm not. And with all the fighting going on, that's the time to fight. That's the time to slap the fuck out of a bitch. So I just don't understand what the fuck's going on. Somebody need to help me understand. Am I that old? I mean, when the fuck did it become okay for white bitches to say nigga? So I don't understand. So after that little fight or whatever, they didn't get to no little projects. They didn't get no names. They didn't get to do anything. And then it just kind of like ended. Nothing happened. Like, no names, none of the stuff that normally happens when you're on this kind of show. They pull up, they show how bad they are, they get their little cutesy wootsy names, and then they keep it moving. Like, what the fuck? So I don't know. Next Sunday, it better be up to par, or otherwise I'm unsubscribing. And if episode number 3 is not up to par, then I fuck them motherfuckers. For real. And I'm gonna go on his page. I'm gonna roast the fuck out of him. I'm gonna dedicate a whole video to roasting the shit out of him, them what weak ass bitches, and the whole show in itself. And they can all eat a dick. I swear to you. I swear to you. And then I'm gonna get a refund on top of that. Because bitch, I'm over here getting copyright strikes over this weak ass show. And y'all bitches is not even up to par to be even doing all of that. So get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. With your raggedy asses. With your motherfucking hair store outfits. I saw all them outfits at the hair store out there out on K-Run Road, bitch. Them bitches all went to the hair store, bought their wigs, shoes, outfits, and everything, all in the same stuff. Girl, bye. Stop. So it really ain't nothing to talk about because it was like the same episode in 2 episodes. It's really nothing to talk about. The only names I know is Yodeler and Rolly. And then I'm making up names for the rest of them except Bird Nest. And I'm mad that he called that girl Bird Nest when her hair was cute. All she had was a puff and some bangs. And her fro hella big. and popping. Like, he made me mad. Don't make me roast his Timon and Pumbaa head ass with your Jafar beard. What the fuck? Get out of here. Don't let me get in my bag because I got hot ones. So we're gonna see what Sunday looks like, and then we'll go from there. Because I might gotta move on. Because he's pissing me off with this self-hatred shit. Coming after these black women like that. Because he did that on the last season when he called that black girl B2B, when really the bitch was styling and profiling on y'all niggas, talking about she looked like Jodeci. Now I ain't gonna lie, that was a little funny. But damn, you named her B2B though. Like, we all know what B2B is. And then you name what's her name, not Wakanda, but you gonna call her One Kinda, and then talk about her breath smell like she just got done smoking a blunt. But meanwhile, you smoking all the weed on TV. Like, I'm sure your breath was pretty tart too, bruh. Especially you eating that ratchet ass bitch's coochie and shit. Yummy. And we know she done fucked everybody. She all up on everybody, Graham. So I don't know. So tell me what y'all think. I gotta go. I'm hungry. I'm tired, and I'm about to get in my bag and start just really getting on my gram and getting at these bitches for real. I really am, because I don't like a lot of them, and I don't like the way they acting either. I don't like the way they acting. Is this how the new bitches are? Is this what's up? Do we gotta act like ratchet ass project hood rat ass bitches? Is that what we do now? Like, girl, if that's what it is, I don't want it. So anyway, with all of that said, peace, love, and here. I only get like that when I'm provoked. I only get like that when I'm provoked. But outside of that, I'm not. I'm not about to be in no. I want to be with this man. I'm talking about. Oh, I'm here for love, and then meanwhile, I'm acting like that. Anyway, y'all, I gotta go. Peace, love, and hair grease, and all that jazz. Share if you care, share if you dare, especially if you're a Care Bear. Make sure you let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any video ideas, especially for the Real Talking Girly Ish videos, let me know because I would love to hear what you think. All right? All right. Peace.